Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
Small dents on surfaces without complex body curves, holes, edges. In this case, there is good access to the inside of the element for removal. The damage is not located in the place of adhesion of the reinforcement to the body panel. An important characteristic is a slight lifting of the metal near the deflection zone of the plane. At the time of dent formation, there is not only indentation of the metal, but also the formation of an elevation at the point of transition of the plane into the dent. The nature of the zone of metal elevation depends on the shape of the body element in the place of deformation, as well as the force and direction of impact. As practice shows, if the size of the bodywork defect does not exceed a 5-ruble coin, the elevation is not noticeable at all. Complex bodywork damage, volumetric damage of complex shape, a large number of sharp creases. Tools. What equipment and tools are needed for professional dent removal without painting? A light source with an articulated mount. Hooks for removing dents from the inside of the body panel. The purpose of each of the hooks is determined by the shape of the tip, the bend profile and the length of the base. Punches. They are used to relieve metal stress in places of elevations and dents. The puncher has a plastic cone tip, which allows you to distribute the force over a large area and not scratch the paintwork when removing a dent. Set for working with glue system, gun, glue compound, return hammer, mushrooms of different profile and size. Rubber plastic hammer. Glades. They are used for leveling planes, tapping elevations, nibbling. Construction hair dryer. Stops, fixing the hood, doors, trunk in a convenient position for dent removal. Power cushions. By design, the cushions are intended for unclamping door frames and penetration into the car, but in PDR technology they are used to remove volume dents from the inside of the body. Portable brackets to create a fulcrum for the hooks. A tool for disassembling the car interior trim. Difference between amateur and professional kit. What tools are used for paintless dent removal with your own hands? Kit for working with a glue system, which can include not only a reverse hammer for straightening dents, but also a so-called lifter, pops a dent, which will also require a glue gun, mushrooms, and glue, a punch and a rubber plastic hammer. The decisive factor for choosing this particular tool is its relative cheapness. The desire to repair the dent by hand, preventing local painting, is commendable, but the sheepskin is not worth it if you buy a quality tool for removal. For example, the high price of professional hooks is due to the fact that they have a small thickness with excellent elasticity. This is extremely important, because to remove a dent located at a distance, you need to apply a lot of force. And often the range of motion of the handle is extremely limited. In similar conditions, a low-quality hook will simply bend, leaving the bodywork defect in the same state. If there are elevations near the place of deformation, you should start the process of removing dents by removing residual metal stress in these places. This is done with a hammer and a punch or a smoothing tool and a hammer. The metal tool used should be without nicks, cutting edges. If you, like one of the masters in the video, use as a smoothing iron an ordinary spatula, apply it only flat, otherwise you risk scratching the paintwork of the car edges. Pressing out the damage from the inside, gradually move from the edges to the center of the depression. If you press into the deepest point at once, you risk splintering and even aggravating the damage. Keep the repair area warm during the dent removal process. Under the influence of temperature, the metal becomes softer, so it is easier to take the given shape. The surface should be hot, but take care not to overheat the paintwork and nearby plastic elements. Repair with fungus. Even before trying to remove the dent with your own hands, we recommend buying several glue pins from different manufacturers. Not all compositions are well suited for removing dents from the car body. the seat of the fungus should correspond to the deepest point of the damage. This does not mean that in the case of a large dent you should place the large fungus right in the center. We move from the edges to the center, but in each zone the place of the fungus should correspond to the deepest point. Pulling out the dent with a reverse hammer should be done at the moment when the glue has dried, but not yet fully polymerized. At a glue temperature of about 35-40°, the straightening of body creases will be most effective. Back hammer movements should be of low force. If pulled too hard, a bump may form at the site of the dent. Mistakes in training. Lack of haste is the rule that will allow, even for lack of experience, not to make knuckle-off unnecessary sharp bends, scratches and bumps. Keep in mind, behind the feeling of simplicity of the process, arising after watching videos of dent removal without painting by professional masters, lies great patience and attention to detail. Heat the place of repair, knock the areas of metal stress, do not exceed the force when working with a punch, reverse hammer, and you are guaranteed to remove with your own hands dents on the car. In conclusion, removing dents without painting is indeed possible and can be achieved with the right knowledge and techniques. By understanding the principles of paintless dent removal and practicing the methods discussed, you can effectively restore your vehicle's appearance without the need for costly paint jobs. Remember, patience and precision are key to achieving the best results. With a little practice, you can confidently tackle those unsightly dents and keep your car looking its best. Thank you for watching, and happy repairing.